Once you ignore social media, you'll start signing more clients. Hello, my name is Anthony Winery.
I'm Ty Gaucher.
Over the last 3 years, we've generated over $1 million from our coaching business. We help online coaches build authentic personal brands and hit consistent months through 15-minute solo podcasts that allows them to attract dream clients into their business without posting on social media.
So in this episode, you'll discover why your ideal client is psychologically unavailable to buy while they're doom scrolling social media.
Why high-ticket coaches who post more end up converting less.
And finally, the blue ocean strategy for getting your message in front of thousands of ideal clients when they're looking for your solution. Anthony, when we planned what this episode was going to be about, you were pretty riled up.
I was pretty riled up. I think the reason why I was riled up is because there's so many online coaches out there who are convinced that the only way for them to get clients is by posting inauthentic content on social media.
Interesting. What do you mean?
When I say inauthentic content, I mean, you've seen it. You open up LinkedIn and you see a bunch of random posts, AI slob of people just kind of like pretending to be someone that they're not really being themselves. Then you look at the comment section and what do you see? A bunch of people playing this stupid game of let me make this comment about this thing that I don't really care about, just so I play the algorithm to get it to work for me.
It's been hilarious living together the last month and quite a few mornings like having breakfast together and going through LinkedIn and like pointing out this stuff and just being able to laugh at it because, you know, we're next to each other.
And I think after interviewing and coaching 400 plus business owners with podcasts, we know that so many of them, they have a coaching business and they want to grow it and they all basically hate social media, but they've convinced themselves is the only way to get clients, which just isn't true. Because so many people out there, whilst they're posting on social media and not getting the results that they want, they start convincing themselves that what they need to do more is literally post more online, show up every single day, grind till I die, make better content. And that seems to be the solution.
So that seems to be the solution. Clearly it's not, because most online coaches are struggling, if not completely failing, to get clients regularly enough to have the kind of freedom they set out to do, which by the way, like what does that tend to look like?
So to them, for the clients that we work with, they want simple, lean businesses where they can work with a small number of clients and still hit a consistent profit months.
And for us, that was why we started, right? And obviously it's not the number, it's what that allows you to do.
100%. It's not like, 20K profit months, cool. But I think there's a freedom that comes with that, going off script. And that's something that we're able to do because of the business and how we've set things up is on Wednesday afternoons for about 3 to 4 hours, I'll just go on a long walk, go to a nice cafe with my girlfriend. And that's like our designated daytime in the middle of the weekday.
Yeah.
But it gives us that sense of freedom. It gives us that sense that we're going off the script, not just having the normal.
Well, you're so off script. You guys go to a cafe? That's so neat.
But it gives us a breathing space. I know that for a lot of the clients that we work with, some of them, they just want to just spend the morning working on their writing or just talking and working with their clients.
Yeah.
Or honestly, just spending time with their family, going on more holidays.
Or playing guitar in my case.
Upgrading their car because they just want to. Again, the sense of freedom that comes with that.
Right.
You don't need to become a social media content creator in order to accomplish that. You don't need to spend all your time on social media trying to post content to make that happen.
So given that this is what, we've worked with so many clients, that's what they want. That's also what we wanted and what we want. We don't want to be the next Alex Hormozi, we don't want to scale this to the moon. So why is it that social media is not the best vehicle for that goal, the level of freedom that we just described, for what freedom looks like for us and for our clients?
Let's say, for example, for you to hit $20,000 profit consistent each month, you're an online coach and you have a 5K coaching program, meaning to hit your goal, you would need 4 clients at 5K. Cool. Now, social media, when you're on the platform and you're trying to, again, post content to get attention and reach, so you convert people into clients, the reason why it doesn't work for so many of the online coaches we speak to is because they're posting content in a low intent environment.
Low intent environment. That sounds like a buzzword.
It sounds super fancy.
Yeah.
But all it means is that when people are on social media, they're not really using their best brains. They're basically doom scrollers looking to be distracted, looking for entertainment, looking for some drama, or just looking genuinely for like short bits of dopamine hits.
Yeah.
Now, because the environment is filled with a bunch of low intent prospects who aren't online using their best brains, it means you then have to supplement the fact that it's a low intent environment with more posts, with more consistency,
and
with playing the algorithm.
So when you say we have to supplement it with more posts, more consistency, what is it about using, prospects not in their best selves, using their best brains at the time of seeing your content? Why is it that we then have to do more of it?
If they're like, let's say like, on the toilet doing what, and they just bump
coming
into
in
your
hot with that example,
and they see your post, they're not really like engaging, looking for solutions to their problems.
Right.
They didn't open up LinkedIn, Facebook. They didn't open up
Don't get us started on
Instagram.
TikTok. Yeah.
They didn't open up these platforms looking for solutions to their problem, meaning like they're not in the state of mind where they're looking to engage with an expert to help them solve their problem. You have to interrupt their attention with, again, the right hooks, the right templates, the right structure. That's the game that you're playing. But you're only playing that game, drawing the right hooks, playing the algorithm, the right structure, because you're meeting them in the low intent environment when they're not really available to consume that content.
And I suppose the purpose of posting content online is to build trust and to retain people so that they consume more of it, along with, of course, the greater outcomes of more leads, more sales, etc.
Yeah.
So when someone consumes that content, when they're not using their best brain, which I think is a nice phrase that you started, the amount of trust they can build with you, that retention of people from one video to the next, from one post to the next, and the trust that is gradually built through consuming more content, it happens at like a fraction of the rate of what it could happen if people were in their best brains, right?
Correct.
And to give an example, like if someone was, the toilet's one example, we've been there. I'm just envisioning like it's like 9 p.m. on a weekday, like laying in front of the TV, just with like a snack or something, just getting a bit of a break before work. TV's on in the background, be on your phone, you're scrolling, like that type of mindset. The amount of trust that you, if you're the person doing this, will build with the creator, and the percentage of what they shared that will retain with you and stick with you and make you want to consume more is a fraction of what it would be if compared to that same prospect. They're not in their doom scroll 9 p.m. on a weekday mode. It's the next morning, they're fresh-minded, they're on their way to work, feeling more cheerful, feeling more alert. And let's say they drive to work and they have a 20-minute drive and they listen to you for like 15 minutes, just nonstop, no breaks. That same information would go way further to build way more trust and retain that person way more in those two different states of mind.
Now, the issue is most online coaches are unaware that they're posting content in an environment where they're trying to reach low intent prospects. So again, they have to overcompensate because they're reaching people in their worst minds. Are you seeing? That's what I mean by like the supplement. Really,
you have to do a lot more to get the same result.
To get the exact same result. So they double down, they start working harder, but the results still didn't come. And then people, because they're not getting the results, because they don't know that it's like low intent environment, they then start questioning, is it my messaging? Is it my offer?
Yeah.
Is it my target audience? Is it my positioning? Do I need to change?
When it's not that at all, it's that you're posting in a low intent environment to doom scrollers, to the same people, but when they're in doom scrolling mode, meaning that you get about 1% to like 10% maximum of the return on investment of creating that content
100%.
As you could do and as you should do if you're reaching that same person in a much better environment, in a high intent environment.
And I think that's why we titled this video, looking at it now, once online coaches start ignoring social media, they'll actually start to sign more clients. After interviewing and coaching 400 plus business owners and experts, we know that so many of them, they don't really like social media. They're not getting the results. And we see that the ones who end up signing more clients, they basically stop playing the social media game entirely because they understand it's a low intent environment. And instead, they make a switch where they go, okay, how can I reach my ideal prospects in a high intent environment when they are looking for solutions to their problems, when they're searching with their best minds switched on, not when they're in the toilet doing what. What was found to be the best thing to reach ideal prospects in a high intent environment is through 15-minute solo podcasts that rank on page 1 of Apple and Spotify.
And that's even why the example of driving in the car came to mind, because that same prospect who could consume you like 10 seconds at a time on social media when they're not in their best mind, they could also listen to you with high intent for 15 minutes in one smooth car journey and get so much more out of your information as well as build so much more trust with you and create such a greater desire to then go and consume more of you.
Now, I think what's important here, mate, is the fact that, hey, look, this is what's working for us and our clients, and we see it working really well.
Yeah.
To attract the right prospect, to meet them where they're at, and to actually convert people into clients is just what's working. The behavior of someone who's searching on Apple and Spotify looking for these podcasts is very different. The reason why is a high intent environment, because compared to social media, when they open up to be distracted,
Yeah.
they open up Apple and Spotify to find solutions to their problems. They'll type in a podcast like how to sleep better or how to meditate to reduce anxiety.
Yeah. Or communication skills.
Or communication skills,
Or,
right?
parenting hacks. Maybe not hacks.
Or
but
life after divorce.
Life after divorce. And these aren't just made up examples.
These
We've
are client
actually
examples,
helped
right?
clients. We've actually helped clients use the 15-minute solo podcast to attract prospects to find them and work with them
100%.
with those terms like that, right?
So point being, they're going onto these platforms to find solutions to their problem. That's a very different mindset compared to doom scrollers on social media. So when you're able to actually be found by these people, they don't just scroll past you. No, they click on your podcast, they listen to the show, they build a like, know, and trust with you. And then of course, they see you as an expert. You're not going to be ignored compared to, again, social media where it's very low intent and you're working really, 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 really hard to convince someone who's on the toilet doing, you know what, to become a client of yours, but it doesn't really work.
Right.
Now, that's one way that we've found that works really well for our clients. The message here isn't, start a 15-minute solo podcast, although that is
Although that does happen to be a great thing to do.
Option. The message is really, if you're an online coach who wants to hit consistent profit months and you're trying to attract clients by posting on social media, but you're posting on social media in an environment that's low intent, reaching people in their worst minds, you need to switch up that strategy. So I guess in that scenario for those coaches, what are the two options that they have in front of them?
Well, the two options is to, number one, carry on playing the algorithm, playing the social media game, riding the rat race. And whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, or the combination of all of them, keep posting to meet people in their worst mind state when they're not looking for solutions, when they're looking for distractions, and where they get quick dopamine hits when they're not at their best selves. Or you can step out of that game, stop playing the rat race, ignore social media, and instead start getting clients through a medium that actually is conducive to you as a coach who wants to reach people who are looking for solutions, who are fresh-minded and ready to engage with you on a deeper basis, not just in distraction mode. Of course, like you say, for us, the best way we found to do that, and we've helped hundreds of other people do the same, is through 15-minute solo podcasts. But really, whether it's that or not, for people listening right now, I would hope that this sparks something in taking option 2 and knowing that you can ignore social media and instead reach people online in a high-intent environment to get way, way more out of your marketing efforts and actually be able to hit consistent numbers with your coaching business.
So look, if you're an online coach who wants to build an authentic personal brand and you hate social media, quite frankly, you clicked on this YouTube video because you saw the idea of ignoring social media and getting more clients, and that just lit you up. If that is you, we want to encourage you to know that it's absolutely possible to sign high-ticket clients and hit consistent profit months without selling your soul to the algorithm, without constantly posting on social media, even though you hate it. There are other ways, and that starts by reaching your ideal prospects in high intent environments. Now, if you want to learn more about how you can accomplish that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, go through our back catalog, and binge and learn more about how to accomplish that for your business.